The following is a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.
Week 3 is underway in the National Lacrosse League, and we bring you the first ever match between the Vancouver Warriors and New York Riptide. The Warriors are still looking for their first win of the season after falling to the Calgary Roughnecks on opening night. Despite that loss, offensive threat and lefty Mitch Jones put on quite the show at Rogers Arena, picking up 5 points. The Riptide, on the other hand, are hoping to tighten things up defensively after giving up 12 goals in Halifax last week. It's the Vancouver Warriors and New York Riptide, and this is the National Lacrosse League on BR Live.
Lacrosse fans, welcome inside Rogers Arena. Downtown Vancouver, an East versus West rivalry will be born in the NLL tonight. It's the first ever matchup between the Vancouver Warriors and the expansion New York Riptide. Come on in. Thanks for joining us here on BR Live. I'm Brandon Astle, alongside Brad Challoner. We have Corey Basso working the benches. We'll hear from him just before face-off. But first, Brad, the Warriors had a tough opening night a few weeks ago here at home against Calgary. How do they bounce back tonight?
Yeah, they really did. It was a slow start for the Vancouver Warriors as they didn't score their first goal for 11.5 minutes, and we're down 4-0 and weren't able to climb back. Logan Schuss had 2 goals from the outside. He's a great shooter, but 70 shots from the Vancouver Warriors, a lot coming from the perimeter. And if you want to beat teams in the National Lacrosse League, you got to get inside on the doorstep. Guys who did that, Keegan Ball added a bunch of muscle this offseason. He crashed the crease hard in week number 1 for the Vancouver Warriors. One of their better inside players in game 1. He got the first goal of the 2020 season for Vancouver. They got to take the lead at 45 and get goals from right on top of the doorstep.
How about this guy, the heart and soul on offense, 16, Mitch Jones?
Yeah, no big deal. 5 points for Mitch Jones, 2 goals,
5
3
posts.
assists, 5 posts, handful of posts. 5 points 11 times last year, picking right back where he left off. And where Mitch Jones goes, the Vancouver Warriors go. They need to follow the example of 16. He's all over the floor. He's on the face-off team. He's on the power play. He's got the 2-man game with the lefties. He gets inside. And what 16 does, the rest of the Warriors offense need to take a look at Mitch Jones and follow his lead to the promised land.
And for the Riptide, Brad, they opened their first ever NLL campaign last week. Unfortunately for them, it was in a big loss to Halifax.
Yeah, and similar story, but they got down big to the Halifax Thunderbirds, 8-0. They didn't score their first goal until early in the second quarter. Coming at the hands of the first overall draft pick, Tyson Gibson, who, breaking news to the Cross fans, healthy scratch, maybe not so healthy scratch tonight. Regardless, he's not in the lineup. That's a big hole for the New York Riptide. He was in on one of their 4 goals last weekend, and when your first overall draft pick's not in the lineup, you know, that's going to be a big blow to the offense for New York tonight.
And for the Vancouver Warriors in net, Brad, last game, they started Eric Penny. Didn't go as planned. Aaron Bold going to get the start tonight.
Yeah, Vancouver showing that they're going to roll a bit of a tandem to start this season, and Chris Gill going to roll the guys, give some minutes to the veteran Aaron Bold. You know, this guy's still got a lot of lacrosse left in the tank. Worked really hard in the offseason after a tough 2019 on and off the floor for Aaron Bold, but he's a veteran. He's got a great head for the game. I mentioned he's been working hard. I expect a bounce-back season for Aaron Bold, and Chris Gill's got the luxury here of 2 goaltenders that he trusts. Let's try to go with Aaron Bold for game number 2 here and see what happens. It's a nice luxury for a coaching staff to have here.
Unfortunately for Vancouver, got bit by the injury bug big time in game 1. They lose a couple of big defenders, including this guy. A horrible injury to Nick Bielich.
Yeah, out indefinitely Nick Bielich. I'll be shocked if we see him the rest of this season. Wishing him our best if Nick's watching this one tonight. But what that means is defense has to step up by committee. Next man up, the veterans, Ian Hawksby, Tyler Caudron, Matt Beers. Guys are going to have to throw their weight around tonight and step up for Nick Bielich, who really plays an angry lacrosse game. They're not going to be with that man, Chris O'Doherty, tonight, as he's a not-so-healthy scratch again. There's going to be some young bodies coming in. The 6'10" stride of Tyson Rowe. The guy can cross-check through an oak tree. He'll make his Warriors debut tonight. And undrafted rookies Patrick O'Meara and Sam Clare, the Ladner native, are going to get into the lineup tonight for the Vancouver Warriors. Try to add some youth and some athleticism to their back end.
This is one guy the Warriors definitely got a key on, Brad.
Yeah, a ball went through Tyler Digby's stick. I was a little bit surprised to see that last week for New York, but you know, the guy's a proven 300-point scorer in this National Lacrosse League. He's hit 30 goals twice in his career. Kieran McArdle, I need to see a bigger game out of. You know, he really impressed me at the World Indoor Championships. I thought by them drafting offensive right in the draft that told me that the ball was going to go through Kieran McArdle, stick a little bit more. I thought he was going to be the general. He wasn't that in game number 1, but maybe he'll be that here in game number 2 for New York.
And unfortunately, in somber news, it's going to be a tough game for Chris Gill as he lost his father. Obviously, a big impact that Sohan had on the lacrosse community.
Yeah, Chris Gill loses his father, Sohan Gill, this week. A guy who pretty much wore every hat and held every position you can have in the Lower Mainland and lacrosse on the West Coast. Quite possibly the first Indo-Canadian to ever pick up the sport. WLA commissioner, BCLA president, BC Lacrosse Hall of Famer, Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Famer. The accolades are so long for Sohan Gill, and no better way than the Vancouver Warriors and Chris Gill to honor Sohan tonight than with the big W here on home floor.
Stay tuned. Opening face-off coming up next.
The NLL on BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And by Alterna Bank, Canada's end-to-end digital bank. Alterna puts the good in banking. Visit alternabank.ca to learn more.
It's Superhero Night. First responders being honored here tonight. They are definitely superheroes. And speaking of a first responder, it's the head coach, Chris Gill, standing by with Corey Basso downstairs. Corey.
Warriors head coach Chris Gill, sir, obviously some emotional pregame ceremonies. Sohan Gill, legendary lacrosse man, a big man in your life as well. Can we use this unfortunate news as a sort of a rallying point for the boys and some personal motivation for you as well?
Yeah, you know, you can look at it that way. It's definitely an emotional game for me personally, and yeah, you know, if it takes that to rally around, we'll do it. But you know, first and foremost, we want to win this game.
Good luck tonight, coach.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Corey. I can't imagine what he's been through this past week, Brad. His father, like we mentioned in the pregame show a few moments ago, such a massive impact in the lacrosse community here in BC.
You know, just seeing Chris Gill behind the bench tells you everything you need to know about the man, Chris Gill. And we're sending our thoughts to the Gill family tonight, and like Corey was alluding to there, no better way to honor Sohan Gill than with a W. Alex Bouquet, starting goaltender for your New York Riptide, as I get to say that for the first time on a live broadcast. Alex Bouquet, who lives here in New Westminster, he's a Whitby native, a Minto Cup champion goaltender, calls New West home, and Chris Gill giving the nod to the veteran Aaron Bold tonight. EP61 Eric Penny started game number 1, but they've got a veteran, they've got an NLL champion waiting in the wings, and it was a tough year on and off the floor for Boldy last season, but Chris Gill and company have faith that Aaron Bold can be one of the better goaltenders in the league like he has been in the past.
We mentioned that the Warriors are banged up, so a couple guys, Brad, going to get their first ever NLL games.
Yeah, Patrick O'Meara has been kicking around practice rosters for a long time, was hanging out in Calgary for a couple seasons, never got into a game. He will debut tonight, and every team's better when they have a little bit of Ladner in the lineup. Might have a little hometown bias there, but just Sam Clare will join the Vancouver Warriors tonight. Second Ladner native with Logan Shostin in the lineup. Sam Clare, an undrafted free agent rookie, but a great pair of legs out of the back end and will help this team with their athleticism tonight, running up and down the floor against New York.
Officiating crew, we'll hear from them probably a lot as they're wired for sound. Crew chiefs Ian Garrison, assistant referees Matt Garrison, Bob Hollingsworth. First ever meeting between the Vancouver Warriors and the New York Riptide. One of these two are coming away with their first victory of the season. And here we go from Rogers Arena, Snyder. Won the face-off a little too clean, so it'll be New York ball to start things.
Procedure called. That was Alex Woodall taking the draw for New York, a free agent face-off phenom out of Towson. He was a Tewaaraton nominee, one of the better face-off men of the Field League. Fournier got in trouble against Jake Withers last weekend, so they're going to see what they can do with the American Woodle against Bobby Snyder tonight, who's one of the best face-off men in the game.
Riptide's offense out there. A sharp angle shot denied by Bold. Battle for the loose ball. Riptide come up with it, and here's a familiar face, Dan Lomas. Played with Vancouver last year. He's going to turn it over in back call. Lomas had a couple of goals in the season openers. Barker comes in with a shot. Bouquet with a save. Might have hit the post as well. But a good early chance in transition as Barker nearly made it 1-0.
If you missed the pregame show, some notable holes for Riptide. No Andrew Suter, who's awaiting the birth of his first child. So congratulations, Suits. Hope you're watching this one and hope for a happy, healthy baby to come soon. But Andrew Suter was maybe the best defender in the league in week 2 with 15 loosies and 2 caused turnovers. Was a beast for New York, and they're without the first overall draft pick tonight. Tyson Gibson, we're hearing healthy scratch. I'm thinking it's a not so healthy scratch, if you know what I mean. But no Gibby tonight on the offense for New York will be a big hole.
Warriors offense out there for the first time. Here's Riley Lowe looking for his first in the Warriors uniform. 5 on the shot clock. Jones towards the middle, wide open shot and a behind the back goal from Keegan Ball. Just like he did in game number 1 to open the scoring. Can't draw it up much better than that. 1-0 Vancouver.
He only knows one way to score. It's behind the back. Keegan Ball, we mentioned him in the pregame show, is one of the better guys of getting inside the offensive zone. Does just that on the first glorious opportunity for Vancouver tonight. Hard to cut through the middle. He doesn't have the angle on his forehand, so he goes behind the back, flips it past Bouquet, 1-0.
Deja vu all over again. Same thing he did in game 1 against Calgary to get Vancouver on the board, and for Keegan Ball continuing to impress. His second of the season, had 2 points in game 1.
Vancouver,
whistle and another over and back call here against New York. Sorry, Brad.
Vancouver, who fell 4-0 against the Calgary Roughnecks, didn't score their first goal for 11.5 minutes, and that'll feel good to get on the board here, $1.50 in.
Mitch Jones picked up an assist on that goal. So did Riley Lowen. Jones coming off a 5-point game a few weeks ago in Calgary. Drops it off for Schuss, but it's stolen away. Good defense there from New York as it was stolen by Anthony Patterson. Closing in on the 2-minute mark of this opening quarter. 1-0 Vancouver. Riptide looking to draw some blood as the shot hits the post. Rebound in front. Grabbed down by O'Meara. Good early chance as Thorpe hit the iron. Dale Thorpe, the son of head coach of the Riptide, Reggie Thorpe.
Connor Kelly tried to sniff out that loose ball. Just took a shot, couldn't bring in that rebound. He would have come through the middle. Gale Thorpe did not score in goal number 1. They're going to need the lefty to have a big night tonight.
Keegan Ball was wide open in front. Couldn't get the pass, and now McBride having issues with it. Thrown to the turf. Riptide take it back the other way in transition. Here's Paulus with a pass in front, wide open. Shot was blocked. Warriors pick it up.
Good block by Barker. Just was streaking into the lane to get set up and got in front of that shot. Stung it off the back calf and up there to pick up the loose ball.
Jones at the wheel. Couple of goals last game. Down low in front for Lowen, and it slipped out of his stick. He was wide open on the slip screen.
Get there, get there!
Can hear the officials barking on the mic as Fournier works it up the floor.
And New York's got the long change in this first and third quarter out of the bench, and referee saying get there, get there, as we get our first listening on NLL Wired tonight.
Here's Kelly up top with a shot. Nice save by Bold, square to the shooter. Padre gets a rebound, throws it ahead to Salt. Justin Salt weighing his options before making the feed to Schuss, and off he goes to the bench for a change. Logan with a couple of goals in game 1. Nice spin move to the middle. Tried the shot, hit the post.
Oh, inside of the pipe, and now James Ray is going to stay for an offensive set here, as we know he can play a two-way game, and instead of wasting time and getting a change in, just keep him out.
Jordan McBride on the far side of your screen. Passes up top for Jones. Down low to the near side wall. Logan Schuss cuts back to the middle. His shot stopped by Bouquet. Scramble for the loose ball. Mitch Jones picked up a career high 14 loose balls last game, and he's got one here to get another possession. Jones backing into a defender. Schuss in the middle providing a screen. Jones backs away, goes to the far side. Mike Mallory looking for his first as a Warrior. Back to Jones. Hard pass, McBride. Shot. Bouquet to save. It's in the crease. And Ball couldn't scoop it up. crease violation against the Warriors.
It's a good spot to shoot from Jordan McBride, though. Is about 10 feet out from Alexis Bouquet. Good ball movement by the Vancouver Warriors to try and find that open man. And Keegan Ball tried to sniff out the Lucy and get a second opportunity.
Travis Longboat gets it to the far side. Thorpe in the middle for Kieran McArdle. Back to Thorpe. Now Digby on the near side. Pass towards the middle, nobody there. It ends up on the far wall. Now up top, back to Digby, sharp angle, goes back door, nobody home. And Matt Beers picks up the loose change. Beers sitting on 99 career points. 5-minute mark, first quarter. Shots are 5-4 Riptide, but Vancouver's up 1-0 on a goal by Keegan Ball, who controls. Down in the far corner, now up top for Mitch Jones. Jones 9 points away from 300 in his career. Passes to Lowen, who shoots one wide. Off the end boards, Keegan Ball in a battle for it, knocks it loose, but only a Riptide defender there to pick it up. Muir looking to get off when he can, controls it for now. Look out. Made the pass, got hit. Now a shot is blocked by Keegan Ball. It's loose. McArdle knocked the stick out of the hands of Sam Clare, so we got a Warrior defender with no twig. See if the Riptide can take advantage as Kelly walks in. Goes back to the far side. McArdle, his shot scores! Squeaks through the wickets of Aaron Bold, and the Riptide are on the board. It's 1-1.
McArdle, who I thought last week was going to be their offensive quarterback. You know, they drafted offensive right by picking up Tyson Gibson. I thought the ball was going to go through Kieran McArdle, and he didn't get a lot of touches in game number 1 for New York, but it's a nice outside shot here as he switches off from Sam Clare, who had no stick, and then he slides over, and Keegan Ball's checking him, who's an offensive player, doesn't get a lot of lumber on McArdle, who throws a sidearm shot out from the point, wraps it around his defender, and it's 1-1.
He had 40 points last year with the Toronto Rock, but Brad, his coming out party was the World Championships in Langley. We called that event, and he was unreal. He had 45 points for Team USA in 7 games, and now he's got his first with the Riptide, and more importantly, it's 1-1.
Yeah, and that was under head coach Reggie Thorpe, so I really thought that was going to be okay. Ball is going to go through the stick of Kieran McArdle when we get to NLL season. Maybe we'll see a bit more of that tonight.
Riptide looking for their first lead of the game. Thorpe to Kelly, his shot blocked. Now a foot race between Kelly and James Ray. Ray tied up from behind, and it's going to be a shot clock violation against New York. Great job by Ray, boxing out Kelly. Looking for the arm to go up, but going to stay even strength when we come back. Warriors possession. 1-1 tie from Rogers Arena, 8:41 to go. You're watching the NLL on BR Live.
Welcome back to Rogers Arena. The score 1-1 between the Warriors and the Riptide here with Logan Schuss of the Warriors. Obviously good to get off the mark, but don't like to see that equalizer go in. Logan, what do you guys got to do to re-attain that lead?
Yeah, we just got to keep playing our game. We came out strong, and our defense was playing good. Let a bit of a squeaker in there, so I know Boldy wants that back, and we got to keep pushing forward.
Thank you, Logan. Let's head it back upstairs to the boys.
Thank you, Corey. Yeah, Logan and the Warriors tied at 1 with Vancouver taking over possession.
And that's a luxury Vancouver hasn't had in years past. A TV timeout, and Logan Schuss still on the bench because you've got Riley Lowen and Mitch Jones now on that left side. So Logan will get a breather, and 3 righties will go to work.
Mitch Jones down low in front for McBride, a diving effort, and he scores! A superhero effort by Jordan McBride. That's his office down there. Warriors go back in front, 2-1.
You've got to get inside to be successful, and Jordan McBride right on top of the crease. As there's some static cause in the middle, Jordan McBride slips underneath his defender. And nice mitts here on top of Bouquet to fake far side, come back short. That is a goal scorer's goal. And McBride makes it 2-1 Van City.
His second of the season. McBride from Jones. So Mitch already with 2 helpers in this opening quarter.
McBride's just got that knack for the extra move. You know, a lot of guys are just going to reach over and take that shot far side. But no, he's got the mitts to fake it, come back and go short side and make it a 2-1 game.
Keegan Ball, pump fake, drops it off for Jones. Jones to McBride, his shot is blocked by Ranigan. Now the Riptide in transition could have numbers the other way if they hurry. Off the bench is McArdle cutting in with a shot. Bold the save, doesn't know where the rebound is. He gets the whistle instead from the ref.
February 1st, the San Diego Seals will make history hosting the Colorado Mammoth for the first NLL game ever to be played in Vegas. That's right, I said Las Vegas. For more information on how you can be there, visit sealslax.com/Vegas. I know I'm trying to get my seat.
Shot by Riley Lowen, denied by Bouquet. And I wonder, Brad, Bouquet very familiar with almost half of this Warriors offense as he plays with the Salmon Bellies in the summer with the likes of Schuss, Jones, Ball, McBride. I always wonder who has the favor. Is it the goaltender or the shooters?
Yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, as we're going to get a delayed penalty coming up here on Vancouver. I believe it's going to be a holding call to Ray as Bouquet will run to the bench and a broken stick on the turf. Clear that out of the way.
6 on 5, but only 3 seconds on the shot clock as Kelly rips one off the crossbar. Close call there. James Ray will scoop it up to get the whistle, and New York will get their first power play of the game. Close call there.
Yeah, that was close. Owner Reggie Thorpe is looking at the Jumbotron to see if he can get in there look. But you talk about, here's the replay here, the 6 on 5
Vancouver 42,
shot.
minor penalty, illegal cross check.
Kelly rings it off the pipe, bar down, but stays up. But you talk about Alexis Bouquet, also spent time with the Colorado Mammoth to start his career, so seen a lot of the Vancouver franchise over the years.
Riptide looking for their first power play goal in franchise history. They were 0 for 3 last week against Halifax. Down a goal, under 7 minutes to go as Kelly shoots and scores, and there is the first ever power play goal for New York. We're tied at 2. Nice shot there by Kelly, splitting the legs of Aaron Bolt.
Kelly, a pretty pure shooter from the outside. I think this goes off the head of the stick of Matt Beers and actually takes an awkward trajectory to the back of the net as we get another look. Yeah, that Beers does get a little sniff on that, so it's a tough one. That shot's coming hard, but it takes a little bit of an awkward spin here that Aaron Bolt has trouble with, and the Riptide have had an answer for everything so far. 2-2 as the teams swap goals here to start this lacrosse game.
Kelly's second of the season. Played 7 games last year with San Diego. He was a 3rd-round pick in the expansion draft.
Yeah, he's got a bright future. Another guy who had a standout World Indoor Championship, and he can shoot the heck out of a lacrosse ball.
Jones with possession, try to swim move. Now takes a shot that's blocked. He's got to chase it down in front of his own line at center. Pressured by Patterson. Jones picks it up. Shot clock down to 9, so the Warriors got to hurry. Here's a long pass. Logan Schuss from the outside. Hard bouncer stopped by Bouquet, and New York picks it up. 6:15 to go in this quarter. It's been back and forth. Riptide still looking for their first lead in this game. Here's the recent goal scorer, Kelly. Near side of your screen, sized up by Hawksby. Kelly to the far side. Arrow wires. And now we got a moving pick here against New York. It'll be Vancouver possession.
Yeah, it's New York offense is tough to read because they're so new and they're such a group that's formulating their chemistry right now. You know, they don't have a pure number one and a pure go-to. It's really by committee, so you don't know who's going to start with it when they're bringing it onto the offensive zone. You don't know, who's going to really be the quarterback of this offensive set on any given time. It could be McCardle, it could be Digby, it could be any number of players, and that's tough to read if you're Vancouver's defense.
Oh, Keegan ball down low, had Mallory on the short side. He rang it off the post. Close call. Warriors get it back, an extra possession here. Jones looking for his 3rd point of the game. It comes down low for Ball. He lost the handle, but his defender guarding him lost his stick. It's kicked to the near corner. Lowen in there 1-on-2 trying to get possession, and he does somehow. Falls, gets back up, gets away from the pressure. Lowen, what a job finding that loose ball against 2 Riptide defenders. And now an outside shot by Ballastov, rebound in front, and O'Meara's down near the crease, and then he stepped in the paint. Whistle sounds, and we will take a breather. It's been a fast-paced opening quarter. The first ever meeting between New York and Vancouver has not disappointed. We're locked at 2s as you're watching the NLL on BR Live.
The NLL action next Saturday continues with 2 exciting games just before Christmas. Kicking off Saturday's slate, Sean Evans and the new Rochester Nighthawks head north to play Halifax. The old Rochester Nighthawks, Kyle Jackson, Cody Jamieson, and company. Then Dylan Ward and the Colorado Mammoth visit Curtis Dixon and the defending champion Calgary Roughnecks in our NLL Game of the Week. Catch the action on BR Live and the league's Twitter and Facebook accounts. Love that the NLL has brought back the Game of the Week.
And last time we checked on that game, it was the Black Wolves up on top of the Rush. As we're back underway, Riptide possession. Digby, the New West native, turnover, stolen by Codron. Tyler Codron trying to get away from traffic, able to find an open Matt Beers. It's Matt Beers' bobblehead night. Beers with a pass too high to handle for ball. Riptide get it back.
3,000 Matt Beers bobbleheads floating around the crowd tonight, as well as 1,200 Alterna Bank cowbells.
Here's a shot. Bold makes a save on Longboat. Rips it head to Sam Clare, playing in his first NLL game. Will he take it to the net? He falls. Clare lost the handle, and it rolls harmlessly into the stick of Bouquet.
Yeah, you live and learn. He had a player streaking out of the gate in Mitch Jones as well, but a lefty, two lefties out there. So Clare thinking, okay, maybe I'll take this one to the rack myself, as Jones didn't have a clear path. And Clare tripped up, and he'll try that again.
McCardle passes to Kelly. He'll take a shot. Stopped by Bold, rebound. Riptide get it. Kelly again shoots, and he's got another. Connor Kelly heating up when the Riptide have their first lead of the game. It's 3-2. That's Kelly's second of the game, third of the season. Much better start for the Riptide compared to the last game against Halifax.
Yeah, they've got their first lead of the 2020 season, and it's Kelly again, the pure outside shot. Look at the quick release on this from Kelly. As he takes the first shot, it goes off the post, and nice seeing eye pass from Thorpe to cross the crease, and that's tough for any goaltender to slide over and get set. Kelly finds an opening. It's 3-2.
Connecticut native having a fantastic quarter so far as Woodall and Snyder lock horns in the face-off circle. Scramble for the loose ball. James Ray after it in front of his own bench. Smart move, knocks it all the way down to a wide-open Hawksby standing next to Aaron Bowl.
Yeah, you can play one pass back after a face-off, so it's not over and back off the draw, but the 8-second clock does start once you do pick that ball up.
It's Jones looking for his first of the evening. Trying to put a defender on skates. Jones in the middle, wide open for McBride, and he shot it wide. Battle for the loose ball. Fournier had it for a second and makes a diving play. Was hounded from behind, still made the pass anyway, and the Riptide worked their way up the floor.
Again, though, you see the mitts by McBride. A lot of guys are just going to quick stick that shot. He's going to take that extra head fake, extra stick fake, and try to get the goaltender to bite.
Riptide looking to add to their lead. Here's Kelly, wide open shot, rang it off the pipe, goes out of play. Nearly the hat-trick goal there for Connor Kelly as the Riptide will get another possession.
Got to get on the mitts of number one right now if you're Vancouver. Kelly's had the last two goals this game. He's seeing and shooting the ball well from the outside. That was almost a natty hattie as he looked for a 3 in a row. They got to get on the mitts of Kelly. Goodwin and Justin Salt over on that side of the floor right now.
Got a push in the back call against the Warriors. Riptide going back to work. Here's Kelly. Jump shot, misses the target. Behind the net. Barker will play it ahead to Justin Salt. Warriors looking for the equalizer. Riley Lowen with an assist in this game. Drops it off for Schuss. He'll throw it down to Mike Mallory. Mallory, his pass too high for Jones. He'll get it off the glass. Jones around one defender, cuts to the middle. Jones stops. Jones double team, drops it off for Schuss. He'll shoot one that's blocked. And the shot clock gonna run out here. Schuss will just dump it down to an empty corner. Good defending again by New York.
Now Patterson, big body defender, gets in front of that lane, smacks that shot down from Logan Schuss. 6'1", 233 from the Tuscarora Reservation. Getting in the lane for New York.
Travis Longboat, 47th overall pick in last year's draft, out there with the offense. McCardle to the hot stick of Kelly, gets the screen. Kelly thought about shooting, drops it off to his left. Longboat, swim move, doesn't work on Lloyd. 5 seconds to shoot. Good defending by Vancouver, and they're gonna get a turnover here.
And that's the newbie Patrick O'Meara getting in the lane of his own. This guy's been waiting a long time to get into game action. Been a practice roster guy with Calgary, but finally seeing game time turf
6'5" defender gets a pat on the back from his coach as he goes off for the change.
Keegan Ball finds Logan Schuss on the near side. Schuss in front, wide open, McBride's got another! Quick pass, quick shot, 3-3 tie.
Quick stick as Schuss will feed it right into the middle. Jordan McBride does not head fake or pump fake this time. It's right off the shoulder and into the back of the net. Watch this cut.
You're saying in the pregame, Brad, you want to see more of that, cutting towards the net?
Need to get the defense scrambling a little bit. Fournier was keeping an eye on Logan Schuss as you see both defenders sort of pop off. And Jordan McBride comes with a head of steam through the middle and ties this game at 3.
So both Kelly and McBride, a couple of goals each in this opening quarter. We're under a minute to go. Shots 13-9 Riptide. All tied up at 3s. Here's McBride back on the floor looking for more. He hands off for Ball, goes to the middle of the floor. McBride's open, but he fell and couldn't handle it on his back. New York will take it the other way. Patterson under pressure from Schuss, who stuck out there. And here's the former tight end and Ottawa draft pick in the CFL, Tyler Digby. 10 on the shot clock here from McCardle in front for Patterson. His shot turned aside by Bold. Now a battle for the loose ball. Caudron and Hawksby down there. Hawksby's drilled from behind, and that's going to be a penalty. Caudron didn't like that as Hawksby's still down on his knees. We know New York's getting a penalty for sure. We'll see if a member of the Riptide can drag a Warrior with them.
Let's go.
And let's listen in. NLL Wired, the official, going to make the call here in a few moments.
Get in the penalty box and you're taking an extra.
Strict.
New York number 4, a 2-minute minor, boarding.
2-minute minor for boarding as Dan Lomas rid his man into the wall. You hear NLL Wired. Ian Garrison, one of the more colorful referees in the National Lacrosse League. Always nice to have Mr. Garrison wired up. And Caudron will give a bump to his old teammate Dan Lomas, who played 4 games for the Warriors last season. Just 2 goals.
Last chance here for the Warriors. 4 seconds left. Logan Schuss sizing it up. He lets one go. Bouquet able to keep it out. He looked behind him, but did not cross the line. And these two teams will take a 3-3 tie into the second quarter. What a quarter it was. New York out shooting Vancouver 13-10. And we come back. Second quarter action from Rogers Arena. So close, but Bouquet keeps it out with that right leg. Welcome back inside Rogers Arena. Thanks for joining us here on BR Live. Brandon Hassel, Brad Challoner, Corey Basso with you on this Saturday night. And Brad, these two teams got off to slow starts in their season opening games. Vancouver was down 4-0 at Calgary. The Riptide were down 8-0 at one point to Halifax last week. 3-3 here after 15.
And everybody with an answer for everything. Vancouver opened the scoring. McCardle tied it at 1-1. McBride made it 2-1. Kelly with back-to-back goals put New York on top for the first time this season. And then McBride again tied things up as Jones has a pair of assists in this one. And a couple players spreading the offense around here in quarter number 1. An evenly matched first 15. The shots deadlocked too, 13 apiece. No, sorry, no, they're not. 13-10, New York with the advantage.
Face-off won there by Woodall. Riptide get the first touch.
50% in the face-offs right now. Woodall and Bobby Snyder going back and forth. First NLL game for Woodall.
Gale Thorpe looking for his first NLL goal. Out there with the Riptide offense with under 10 seconds to shoot. Here's McCardle. No room there initially on Salt. He throws one on goal. Bold with the easy stop.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. You can watch all the action from around the National Lacrosse League this season right here on BR Live. Choose an annual, monthly, or per game pass. For more info, visit nll.com/BR Live.
Warriors got their offense out there. Lowen, Schuss, Jones, Ball. Everybody's had a touch as McBride throws it back to Ball. Jones behind the back. Schuss gets a screen, passes the ball in front for Jones. He shot it, was blocked. That was beautifully drawn up by the offense, but it did not reach the goaltender Bouquet.
Nice design play by the Vancouver Warriors, but Dan McRae gets his stick in there to knock it down.
Air Wires, number 17 for the Riptide. Got some NLL experience under his belt. Here's McCardle getting the feed on the near side wall. He'll cut it to the middle with a shot. Bold down on all fours, makes a stop. And Barker will flip it back to James Ray. Ray had a goal a few weeks ago in the season opener against Calgary. Now off the bench, it's Jones. Downloaded Schuss in front. Schuss shoots and he scores! Logan Schuss has his third of the season. Nice little two-man game with his buddy Mitch Jones.
Transition was something the Warriors wanted to focus on. They weren't changing very well, getting up the floor very well in week number 1, but week number 2 off to a good start here. Numbers up the floors. Who do you take? Mir falls over, gets his stick on Jones, who just flicks it over to Logan Schuss. Mir swinging at him, and nothing Alexis Bouquet there can do as Logan Schuss goes 5-hole, 5-4-3. Third of the season for Logan Schuss.
Jones with 3 assists in this game. He needed 9 tonight to get to number 300. Total points in his career. He's on pace right now. But he's on the bench as the Riptide get possession off the face-off. Thorpe.
Ball with another assist to go along with his goal.
Thorpe on the near side being watched by Snyder and Ray. Now McCardle, head up, looking for somebody, cuts to the middle, takes a shot that's blocked. Shot clock down to 3, and the Riptide gonna run out of time as they concede. Shots now 15-12 for New York as the Warriors are back in front for second time this game. Mike Mallory looking to hit the score sheet. Up top, Jones to Schuss. Jones was taken down as Schuss hangs on to it. Hard pass to Keegan Ball on the near side. Now behind the net, Mallory, Lowen, behind the back shot, just missed. Had some room there, just high over the crossbar.
Smart, recognized the angle though. That was a left-handed shooter, caught on that right side of the floor. Didn't have a good look on the forehand. And fired a hard one high. Sails past Bouquet, out of the net.
Riptide playing their second game of a 3-game road trip to start this year. Here's a shot by Kelly, denied by Bull. Now Lloyd having issues initially grabbing it. Now he's thrown to the turf. Big hit as Kelly lowers his shoulder. And the Riptide get another possession here.
Couple chops in front of the Riptide bench, but no calls. There's been a couple things that the referees have let go so far, letting the boys play here. And it's quarter number 2.
McCardle passing towards the middle, nobody home. Ends up in the far corner for Digby. Shot clock reads 10. Digby with a hard pass to McCardle. One-on-one against Lloyd. McCardle behind the net. Diving effort. Bold. Able to keep it out, and they stepped in the crease anyway. So far, so good for Bold to begin this second quarter. Jordan McBride back out there. Has 2 of the 4 Warrior goals so far this evening. Jones looking for his first. Passes off to Keegan Ball, down to his left. McBride, head up, back in front for Ball. Lost it, Mallory's there to scoop it up behind the back shot, whistled wide. And the Riptide looking to get possession, may turn it over here. Nice job. Keeping it alive was Chetner, now a shot by Digby. Missed the net. Warriors run onto it over center. Brandon Goodwin has James Ray with him. Goodwin fakes, steps into a defender and backs away.
Ray tries to set a bit of a block, take his defender out of the play. But Goodwin elects to keep, hand off to the offense and let the old boys go to work.
Jones to Keegan Ball, waiting for the screen from McBride. Ball falls, try to get it back to McBride, a little too far in front. And then McBride touches it next as he ran through the crease. Almost at the 5-minute mark of this quarter. The only goal so far in the second Q from Logan Schuss, up to 3 goals on the year. Tied for the team lead with Jordan McBride. Meanwhile, Gale Thorpe, to the far side, long boat, to Digby. Back in front to Longboat. Wasn't expecting it. Hair Wires is there to scoop it up. Sharp angle shot blocked in front and stolen by Barker. Nice job to pick that one out of midair.
Right into the breadbasket. Warriors doing a good job tonight, getting in lanes, picking off passes.
Now off the bench, Logan Schuss shoots. It's blocked. Out a wide open lane now. Beers lowers the shoulder. Down goes Radzowitz, and now a scrum ensues.
No Nick Bielich tonight, no Chris O'Doherty tonight. Leave it to the captain to lower the boom in this lacrosse game.
Look at this hit as we go to break. Radzowitz hits the turf courtesy of Matt Beers as his Warriors up 4-3 on New York in this quarter. Between the Warriors and Riptide, and during that break, the referees had some sorting out to do. We just got to look at Fournier in the box for the Riptide, but to his left, Mitch Jones got a 5-minute major.
Yeah, 5-minute major for boarding.
Correction. 81's got the 5.
There it is.
2.
Yeah, that's the correct call. Boarding goes to Ryan Fournier, and now Mitch Jones, Sam.
Yeah, that's more like it.
That's more like it.
And let's take a look.
So
All started with this hit.
Yeah, Beers on Radzowitz, who goes down. Fournier gets on the back of Matt Beers. Just kind of pinches him into the boards. Jones jumps on him, and the scrum ensues, but it'll be 4-on-4 here for 2 minutes, and then a Warriors power play for 3.
9:35 to go. Keegan Ball with a 3-point game going. He's going to take the handoff from the official when we're ready to get going.
We don't get a lot of 4-on-4 lacrosse, but here we go. Let the fun ensue.
Keegan Ball on the near side. Looking for room to the middle. Goes to Logan Schuss instead, who shoots and scores! A Schuss bomb! Top corner!
More 4-on-4, please, as the ball gets sprung across the offensive zone, and Logan Schuss lets it rip from the outside. Two-man game working on the other side of the floor. Ball dishes across, and Logan Schuss shoots through everybody on top of Bouquet's shoulders. It's 5-3.
He's starting to feel it. 2 goals last game. He's got 2 goals before the half. Here tonight, Keegan Ball with 4 points.
And when Logan Schuss gets hot, Logan Schuss gets hot.
His team leading 4th. It's a 5-3 lead for Vancouver, the largest advantage of the game. We get a look at Logan at the bench. Team's on defense right now. It's the former Warrior, Jean-Luc Chetner, out there for New York. McCardle gets the feed on the near side wall. Waiting for the screen, gets away from Ray. McCardle cuts in, has a man wide open on the far side. A shot by Longboat is blocked on its way through. Now has it in front, wide open net, and he scores. Tough break for Aaron Bold, who went to go find it behind his goal. Instead, it came out in front for Longboat, and he's not going to miss the gaping net.
First goal of the career for Longboat, who was a later round draft pick. This one takes an ugly spin out of his stick, and then Bold fumbles for the loose. He rolls right back into the hands of Longboat. And the 3rd round draft pick out of Six Nations gets his first NLL goal. Keep that ball, rookie.
So they cut the deficit to 1 as 4-on-4 rolls on for another minute 19 seconds.
So one of their goals coming off the awkward bounce off Beers' stick from McCardle. Now Beers picks one off, and here come the Warriors 2-on-1.
He's got Schuss with them, 2-on-1. Beers shoots and scores! Beers for everybody!
100th career point for the captain of the Vancouver Warriors, Matt Beers.
On his bobblehead night, how about that?
3,000 Matt Beers bobbleheads shaking in agreement right now in the crowd.
And the firefighter on first responders night. Let it rip, big man.
Everything coming up big for Matt Beers right now. And you know, you got to make teams pay for their mistakes. And the Riptide coughed this one up the floor, and Matt Beers makes him pay.
First of the season, career point, number 100 for the Vancouver captain. And just like that, Vancouver back up by 2.
4-goal run here by the Vancouver Warriors. No, sorry, Longboat ended it. And
but the Warriors answer back.
We're still 4-on-4 for 50 seconds. Here's Riley Lowen looking for his first. He rips one wide. Schuss picks it up. He's wide open in front. He put it wide as well. And New York gets it off the ricochet. Boy, what a game between these two. Still lots of time left in this first half. It's already 6-4 Vancouver.
And both teams looking a lot different than they did a week ago. Personnel-wise and just the style of play on the floor. Teams are answering, not allowing any big runs, and both got on the board early.
5 on the shot clock here for Thorpe as he picks it up out of the corner in front. He had Digby, but he got converged on by 2 defenders. Nice job there by Barker and Caudron. And Jones is going to step out of the box in 7 seconds, and Vancouver will have a 3-minute power play. Schuss rolls to McBride. Jones comes out of the box. He'll join his teammates on the power play. It's the first man advantage of the game. They went 2 for 8 in their season opener, looking to improve on that big time. Here's Jones out of the box and into the back of the net. Mitch Jones hits the score sheet. 7-4 Vancouver. Jones already with 4 points in this one.
Shot this ball with the calm and cool of an assassin. As you just step into it, bang, far side high. Mitch Jones made that one look easy after a 2-minute rest in the penalty box. Warriors have 7. This is their offensive output of game number 1. We've still got more than half a lacrosse game to go.
You can say they use the bye week wisely. Offense is humming right now, and they remain on the power play because Fournier, his boarding call was a major, so he has to stay in there for the time being.
4th point for Mitch Jones.
4th as well for Keegan Ball, I believe. Just over 7 minutes left in this first half. Shorthand under the riptide. Here's a shot by Kelly that's off a helmet, goes out of play, and that was last touched by a Warrior.
Coming up at NLL at the half, Devin Caney gives us a glimpse into how NLL's newest city is embracing the sport of lacrosse. Highlights and analysis of the first half and a look around the league, all coming up at NLL at the half.
Shots 18-50 New York, but they're down by 3. Still shorthanded for another 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Here's a shot and a save by Bold. No, they're not going to say it hit him. The shot clock remains at 10. And now a push in the back goes undetected. And now a shot by McCarlo goes wide. Shot clock at 2. And Vancouver will get the power play out. Beers runs the floor. 6:25 to go in the half. Mallory going to get some power play time. The right side. Jones going back and forth with Schuss. Now Ball gets a touch. Down to the far side for Jones. Ball looks back to Jones. Lost it, picks it back up. He's got 5 on the shot clock. Jones tries a pass to Mallory. He's denied it tight by Bouquet. And the Riptide will kill some more clock. Fournier due out in 1 minute and 22 seconds.
A nice save by Alex Bouquet to slide over and take that quick stick opportunity away from Mallory. Good reads. The power play was flinging it around.
They're 1 for 1 on the man advantage after that goal from Jones. Lomas to the far side for Digby, working on Clary, shoots and he scores. Not much room to work with, but Tyler Digby able to beat Bold. And it's 7-5, it's a shorthanded marker.
Yeah, the Warriors let in a shorty, and this is just a big man going to work on a rookie. Tucks underneath and then reaches far side across Bold. And yes, the Vancouver Warriors on a bit of a run in the second quarter here, but you can't give up a shorthanded goal when everybody's feet are set back. No double on the big man, and Tyler Digby just crashes in. Gets a shorty.
And that's Digby's first with the Riptide. Digby had 60 goals in 2 seasons with the Vancouver Stealth in 2014-2015. Had a career high in points in 2015 with 74. Now he gets his first with New York, and now a chance in front for Lowen. He's denied by Bouquet as Vancouver's on the power play for 45 more seconds. Keegan Ball to Mitch Jones. They go back and forth. Jones once more. Hard pass to McBride. His shot did not touch Bouquet, and now a steal by the Riptide, and here they come the other way. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. McRae by himself had it knocked out from behind. He tries to get it back, and it goes flying into the boards, and Vancouver has numbers the other way. McRae slow to get up in the corner as Caudron throws it across to Jones. And Jones is going to back away from the pressure and set it up one last time, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. 4 seconds until Fournier is due out. Here he comes. We're back to 5-on-5. Schuss, hard pass the ball. He's got room. He shoots and scores! A hard rip by Keegan Ball. He's got a pair in this first half, and Vancouver restores their 3-goal lead.
He's got one behind the back on the doorstep, and he's got one outside absolute missile here in this lacrosse game. As McBride ties up Tyson Bomberry, just gives enough lane to Keegan Ball to step into that one. Fournier can't get over. Or make that Ranigan can't get over, and Keegan Ball with a laser makes it 8-5.
And Keegan Ball, what a game he's having. He's got 6 points. Remember, Brad, he led the NLL for most points in a game last year. He had 14 on April 4th against Philadelphia. He's on pace for another big night. His team's up by 3. 2 goals, 4 assists for Keegan. Here's Mike Mallory.
We got a final. Georgia Swarm double up the Philly Wings 12-6, and an upset, maybe an upset depending on who you're talking to in the Prairies, as the New England Black Wolves improved to 2-0 and beat the Saskatchewan Rush 12-7. And in progress down the I-5 in sunny San Diego. Toronto up on the Seals 7-2, so Toronto doing the Warriors a favor right now, and Black Wolves doing the Warriors a favor as well, getting a Western Division opponent a loss in Saskatchewan.
Kelly at the end of a shot clock. His shot denied by Aaron Bold as Hawksby picks it up behind his net. High lob to center for O'Meara. 3:30 to go in this half. Offense is red hot right now for Vancouver. The big guns are out there. Here's Keegan Ball. No one hotter than Keegan right now as he flips it to the far side. Picked off by Dan McRae. Well read by the veteran. And the NLL champ with Calgary from a year ago throws it ahead to Digby. Now Kelly looking for a first half hat trick. Dumps it off for Gale Thorpe. Thorpe to Hairwires. Hairwires gets a screen from McCardle as Digby gets a feed. A little too far in front initially for Thorpe. He gets it off the wall. 5 on the shot clock. Thorpe underhand shot, one hand, and he picks it up and scores! What a first NLL goal for Gale Thorpe. Did not give up on it. Swings from behind the net and scoops it in with one hand, staying out of the crease. And it's a 2-goal game again, and we're getting some penalties.
You chirped them and got it started. Salty, get out!
So Barker's going to get a penalty, and somebody was chirping on the New York side, so they should even out. But what an effort from Gale Thorpe.
Yeah, Warriors had the challenge flag out. They were thinking about throwing it, but nothing to challenge there. Clean by Gale Thorpe. That's a similar goal to what Tyson Gibson had, the first ever Riptide goal.
New York, 2-minute minor, unsportsmanlike conduct. Vancouver, number 27, a 2-minute dead ball foul. Field strength 5-on-5.
Digby and Barker get a pair of coincidental penalties after that goal, but Thorpe just sniffs out that Lucy all alone, and with one swift scoop, tucks it in for his first National Lacrosse League goal. It's 8-6. So the Warriors, as hard as their offense is looking here in the second quarter, New York hanging out and with an answer for everything right now. And not a lot of clean goals. I was trying to say before, the McCardle goal went off a stick. There was that awkward bounce through Bold's legs on the long boat goal, and now that one. Like these are goals that the Vancouver Warriors defense are just kind of shrugging at. Saying,
Now
well,
Kelly in on goal, diving effort stopped by Bold. Kelly nearly had his third. It's over 2 minutes to go. Here's Logan Schuss off the bench all by himself, and he stopped by Bouquet. Keegan Ball fetches the rebound in front of his own bench. Passes to Beers, who lobs it in for Mitch Jones.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a goal's a goal, and New York's going to take it, but they're coming in some funny fashions.
Ball, Jones, and Schuss have combined for 15 points already. Now looking for more. Here's Schuss. Hard pass to Ball on the near side. Gets a screen from Mallory. Takes a shot. Bouquet gets his stick on it. Shots are 22-20 in favor of the Riptide. Minute 45 to play in this entertaining first half. Off the bench, McCardle. Make that Lomas. far side. Now Thorpe, Lomas, looking to burn his former team. Longboat. Kelly with a shot at the end of a shot clock. Bolt got a piece of it, and the Riptide are going to pick it up. Longboat dumps it behind the net. And Hairwires is dumped into the board, so it's going to stay with New York.
Loose ball push by Ian Hawksby, who got a body into Hairwires.
One last break before we hit the half. Warriors 8, Riptide 6. You're watching the NLL on BR Live.
Welcome back to Rogers Arena. The Warriors leading the Riptide 8-6, along here with Reggie Thorpe, head coach of the Riptide. Coach, obviously lots of lacrosse to be played here, but what do you like? What haven't you liked about this first half?
Our guys are competing. You know, it's a good game out there. Our guys are competing. We wanted a good start. We got that. They came battle and made their run, and we're battling back.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Rochester Nighthawk legend, Brad. No American-born player has played in more NLL games than that man right there, Reggie Thorpe, and he's got his team. He's right. They're competing hard right now.
Yeah, they've got an answer for everything. We mentioned, you know, those Warriors, big guns are firing. Logan Schuss, Keegan Ball, Mitch Jones, balls are falling for those guys right now. But New York Riptide have stemmed every tide so far, pardon the pun and the cheese, but they've had an answer for everything. They've stopped the bleeding at, 3 goals is the longest run they've allowed in this game, and the longer you can stay close at the half, the better the second half options are going to look for New York.
McCardle with a shot, right pad stopped by Bold, and then Beers was decked from behind while delivering it to center for Salt, and the ball goes into the bench and out of play. Last touch by Salt. Under a minute to go now in this half. Shots 24-19 for New York. McCardle.
Vancouver had 70 shots against Calgary, so much below that tally right now, but the shots are coming from a little bit more quality tonight, better movement on the offense, everybody getting their touches. And
shot clock at 6 here for Lomas on his offside, sharp angle shot. No room there on Bold, and then Lomas was dumped. And we got a timeout called by Vancouver. 22 seconds left. Coach Gill wants to talk to the offense.
And a couple of defenders tonight defending without a stick. When you drop your stick as a defender, you can still play out there. You can get some positional advantage against the player that you're offending or defending rather. You just can't clutch and grab. Hear the ref say that. If Foxy loses his stick there, okay, don't clutch, don't grab. You can push off a defender, and you can stay in a lane and try to get in the way of a shot, still be effective without the twig if you're in the right spot, as long as you're not getting a holding call.
Folks, stay tuned for NLL at the half coming up in 22 seconds. We got a nice feature that Devin Caney did with Thunderbirds captain Cody Jamieson, and also a fun feature as well between Matt Beers and Joel McCready, and another installment of Would You Rather. But some business to take care of before we get to that. Goaltender pulled. Aaron Bold at the bench at 6-on-5 Vancouver, looking to add to their 2-goal lead before they head to the locker room.
We'll see the set play that Chris Gill can draw up here.
So Mallory's going to jog it over the timeline. He'll look up at the clock. Doesn't want to set up the play too early. We're down to 10 seconds. 9 seconds. Here comes the execution. Ball. Jones, ball, shoots, blocked, look out, 2 seconds left, not going to be enough time. One last heat down the floor, missed the net anyway, and 30 minutes is in the books. If you're a lacrosse fan, Brad, you had to have loved what you've seen by these two teams so far.
Yeah, you have to, you love a close game is what you want to see in any sport. You want a game to come right down to the wire. And it looks like this one might do just that. The Riptide have had an answer for everything the Vancouver Warriors have thrown at them, as we'll get head coach Chris Gill's thoughts downstairs with Corey Vasso.
Here with head coach Chris Gill, the score 8-6 in favor of the Warriors. A fun game for the neutral, really, Chris. It's a good battle out there. What have you liked from your boys today?
I like our compete level. We've given up some easy goals in the back end there, and we cleaned that stuff up, and we'll be happy with the outcome.
They're keeping it close, aren't they? This game isn't over by a long shot.
No, not even close. This league, it's never over at halftime in this league. Doesn't matter what the score is. So these guys got a lot of heart and character, and we got to step up and keep playing the way we want to.
Thanks, coach. Good luck the rest of the way. Let's go to break now. NLL at the half is up next from Rogers Arena.
Rogers Arena, Warriors leading the Riptide 8-6 at the half. This is NLL at the half, and last week the new Halifax Thunderbirds opened up their season with a 12-4 victory over the Riptide. And it's one thing to be a captain of the team. It's another challenge to entirely lead a team to success in a brand new city. But if anyone can rise to the occasion, it's former NLL MVP Cody Jamieson. Devin Caney spent the day with the Thunderbirds captain and his teammates in Halifax last weekend. This is Huddle Up with Cody Jamieson.
And the bat came along. A bat. What team would the bat be on? Winged. I would say so too. The bat went to the winged animals and said, I'm on you guys' team. The winged animals said, no, you're not on our team. You don't have no feathers. Look around, look at us. We all have feathers. You can't be on our team. You're not a bird. The bat was discouraged and he went to the four-legged animals team and said, they won't let me on their team. I'm on you guys' team. Four-legged animals said, you're not on our team. Look around, you don't look like us.
I heard you telling the kids a story. Can you tell me what that was? What story were you telling them?
I was telling a story about our creation story and how lacrosse was given to us. The four-legged animals ended up letting the bat play on their team. When the birds had the ball, they would be up in the sky flying. And the four-legged animals just had to run on the ground and wait for the bird to drop the ball so they could pick it up. Vice versa, when the four-legged animals had the ball, they had to wait to pass. So when I pass it, a bird would try and swoop in and grab it. That's how the ball got changed from team to team. But there's only one animal who could do both, who could fly really high with the birds and who could fly low between the trees and everything. What animal was that? The bat. So the game ended up 1-0. Who scored the game-winning goal? The bat. That story got told to me by my grandpa, because he kind of knew I was always going to be a little bit shorter than everybody else and maybe a little bit heavier than everybody else. It's a story that's passed on through generations, obviously. And when I was younger and getting told that story, it kind of resonated with me a little bit more, because I always knew I was smaller and I wasn't really, I didn't look like your prototypical lacrosse player that I was going up against all the time. So lacrosse wasn't given to us to be for only one person to play, or the tallest person's going to be the best player, or the fastest person's going to be the best player. Lacrosse was given for everybody to enjoy. Now that I'm older and I have kids, it hits home to me more now, dealing with everything that this society deals with, not being accepted and things along that nature. I just like to show the kids, especially, that lacrosse is accepting for everybody. Everybody, the bear, the hawk, the eagle, no matter what you look like, no matter how big, how small, how fast, how slow, there's a spot in lacrosse for everybody. And that's kind of why I enjoy lacrosse so much, is because, there's a spot, there's a place on the team for everybody. It doesn't matter what kind of shoes I'm wearing, or what color my hair is, or what color my skin is. It doesn't matter. Lacrosse is made for everybody to play and everybody to enjoy. I just hope to see the other kids who may not get picked first in gym class, to show that they got a spot in this sport. Okay, so we're gonna enjoy today. That's my little story. Long story.
What a good story. What a good story.
There he is, one of the best in the business, the future Hall of Famer, Cody Jamieson. Stay tuned. More to come on NLL at the half from Vancouver.
Welcome back to NLL at the half from Rogers Arena. The Vancouver Warriors leading the New York Riptide 8-6. Let's get to a little fun feature, the hot seat. Matt Beers and Joel McCready with Would You Rather, a little fun game the boys played.
Would you rather be the smartest person in the room or the funniest person in the room?
Oh, man. Well, I think I'd have to go with smartest, but I try and be the funniest. It doesn't always work out. Kind of laugh the hardest at my own jokes. Would you rather only eat pizza for a year or never eat pizza again?
You know what? Lots of varieties of pizza. I'd eat the pizza.
Yeah.
Whole year.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
There's no room for fruit on pizza.
Oh, all right, no Hawaiian here.
Would you rather trip on your shoelaces in a game or have your pants fall down at a game?
Well, the pants might get you on Sports Center, but I don't know if I'd want that, so I'd probably do the shoelaces one for sure. Would you rather be itchy or sticky for the rest of your life?
Well, I got kids, so I think I'm going to be sticky for the rest of my life, so I'll probably stick with that one.
All right, that's awesome.
That's Would You Rather, Matt Beers and Joel McCready. I kind of agree with Matt Beers on that one. I'd go pizza for a year, but I put pineapple on it, I should say. Let's get back to some more NLL action. NLL at the half, wrapping up the Warriors 8-6. Back with more at Rogers Arena.
They lock horns. Scramble for it on the floor. Logan Schuss finds it, and he scores! Logan Schuss calls game.
On BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And by Alterna Bank, Canada's end-to-end digital bank. Alterna puts the good in banking. Visit alternabank.ca to learn more.
Welcome back inside Rogers Arena and ready to get the second half underway. It's the Warriors leading the Riptide 8-6. And we'll send it down quickly to Corey Basso, who's with a special guest. Corey.
Standing by with Keegan Bell. The third quarter just about to get going. You guys found that offensive thrust in the first half. Keegan, what do you got to do to keep it going? You have a couple points yourself.
Just keep cutting the middle, getting swings as much as we can, and play our game.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Keegan has 6 points at the half. Not a bad effort, Brad, with lots of time to go.
No, NLL high so far this season is Robert Church's 8 against Colorado in week 1. And let's not forget Keegan Ball had a 14-point night in NLL high across the league last season against Philadelphia. And he's got 6 so far tonight, 2 and 4.
Riptide out shooting the Warriors 24-19 as they start possession here in the second half.
Both teams have to be happy with their first half effort as Gale Thorpe's going to get pushed into the crease after ringing that one off the post. He had a strong first half.
Look out, Salt gets a home run pass. He's denied by Bouquet all alone. What a pass by Beers from his own end. Hits Salt and nearly a 3-goal lead again, but Bouquet comes up big to start this half. Meanwhile, Patterson had a lane to the net, but it got knocked out from behind by Ray, and it's Vancouver ball.
Yeah, you heard Chris Gill say it there. A couple of those, not taking any credit away from York, but a couple of those goals coming off kind of fluky, broken up plays in that first half. If the Warriors defense can clean some of that up here in the second half, they could be cruising.
Mitch Jones looking for space. Jones has 5 points already. Now McBride with a couple goals. McBride shoots and he's got 3 goals. A hard bouncer beats Bouquet, and the Warriors start the second half in style.
First Warriors Hattie of the season. And it goes to Jordan McBride, the comeback kid.
He scored at least 3 goals or more in 5 games last year. He's got his first hat-trick of the year, and he just lets it rip.
Short side bouncer, a little cheeky shot here from Jordan McBride. And that's what makes him so tough to play against and tough to read, is that he's not a one-trick pony. It's not always diving on top of the crease. It's not always the quick stick. The guy's got a lot of different shots in his arsenal. He can go overhand, he can go sidearm, he can go subber, quick stick, head fakes, pump fakes. Man, oh man, the guy's got a list of weapons a mile long. Took 5 years away from this league. Came back last year as a 33-year-old and put up over 30 goals. And he's got 4 to lead this Warriors team so far this season.
Riptide able to get a Warriors turnover. Paulus throws it in for Digby. A couple of points for Digby in that first half. Out of the far side corner. Digby gets it back from Lomas. Now, Paulus loses the handle, a scramble for the loose ball. Lloyd will run onto it. Riley Lowen trots his way in the attacking zone. Lowen with 3 assists in this game. Here's Jones, backs away. Lowen setting the screens. Jones stops, shoots, scores! Riley Lowen doing yeoman's work, creating space for Mitch Jones. And Mitch has his second of the evening. 10-6 Vancouver. Look at Lowen.
Yeah, look at Lowen. He's still waiting for his first Vancouver Warriors goal, but if they get a victory, he does not care. Ties up 2 defenders, leaves Mitch Jones all alone on that outside. Just mucking it up is Riley Lowen. Won't get a physical assist on this one, but does all the work to create the goal for Mitch Jones. Is 10-6.
Jones with his 7th point already this evening. 2 away from career point number 300. Scramble for it off the face-off. Hawksby's in there. Ball comes free to the near side wall, and it's gathered up by Beers. So Jones with his 4th of the year, 2nd this game. Lowen should draw a helper. He's got 4 assists as Riley Lowen. Now Mallory takes it around the net of Bouquet, sets it up for Jones. Jones is feeling it. Backs away from a defender, passes to the far side for Ball. He's all by himself. Ball in front, looking for Mallory. Passes too far in front. Shot clock down to 4. Logan Schuss up top. Jones has to shoot. He decides to flick it to the empty corner. So a 2-goal run to begin things here in the second half. Vancouver up by 4.
Calling all weekend Warriors. Catch the fastest game on 2 feet. Vancouver Warriors lacrosse tickets are on sale now. You want to be here inside the Raj, visit vancouverwarriors.com/tickets today. Why wouldn't you?
Kelly goes to the far side. Jean-Luc Chetner cutting his way in. Chetner lost the handle, and the Warriors team up to grab it in their own crease.
I haven't said his name much yet tonight. He was the Vancouver Warriors expansion draft loss to this New England Riptide team. The kid who I call the Penticton Pistol didn't get into game number 1, but joining up alongside Thorpe, McCardle, and Lomas here to create the lefty attack in game number 2, trying to sting his old squad.
Mike Mallory, 5 on the shot clock, lets it fly. Bouquet down on both knees, makes a stop. 11:20 to go in this 3rd quarter. Warriors are catching up in the shot department. They're down by 1. 24-23 it reads. Riptide looking for some momentum here. Trying to end this Warrior run. Got a loose helmet on the floor. Beers has to go to the bench for a change. Meanwhile, scramble for it on the far boards, and Lloyd runs onto it. Justin Salt gonna wait for help off the bench. Schuss sets it up for Jones. Back to Schuss. Gets the pick from Jones. Schuss had it knocked out. Ball's loose on the turf. Riptide have it. But for how long? And a good pass up ahead. Here they come the other way. Palace. Syracuse native, 22 years old. Palace. Radzowitz down low in front. Here's a shot, bold to save. And we got a crease violation as Radzowitz jumped into the crease. Almost 5 minutes into this 3rd quarter. Riley Lowen sets it up for Jones. Jones trying to pass, block, gets it back, goes to the far side for Mallory. Mallory gets away from McRae, back to Jones on the near side in front. Goodwin's there, Goodwin shoots, stopped by Bouquet. Riptide get the rebound. Under 10 minutes to go, shots even now at 24 apiece. Vancouver has the last 2 goals in this game. They scored 3 out of the last 4, dating back to the 2nd quarter. Now Digby lost his stick and the ball. Good defense by Beers, but the Riptide still get it. Under 10 on their shot clock. McCardle, near side feed to Digby. He shoots one off the shoulder of Bold. Rebound loose. Digby after it. Can't pick it up initially. Gets help from Kelly cutting in, and it's knocked up from behind. Digby follows up, spins, loses the handle, hits the deck. Great defense from Vancouver as they come up with a loose change.
What a beast of a shift from Matt Beers. Just taking Tyler Digby for a ride. Takes his stick, takes his body, takes the ball. Unbelievable stuff from the captain.
Logan Schuss looking for his 3rd of the night. Schuss with a shot, missed the net. Keegan Ball's there, one-on-one behind the back. Doesn't work this time on Bouquet. Got him earlier in the 1st quarter on a similar play, but Bouquet says not this time. 8:45 to go. Still a 4-goal advantage for Vancouver. Warriors playing their 2nd home game. Start this year on a 3-game homestand. We'll play again in a few Sundays from now as we have a delayed call coming up to Vancouver. Shot clock at 4. McArdle shoots. Missed the net. Warriors grab it. They're going to head to the box. Riptide going to get their second power play of the game. It's going to be a holding the stick call. Riptide are 1 for 2 on the man advantage. And when we come back, Riptide will try to make this a 3-goal lead. It's
Vancouver number 42, a 2-minute minor holding the stick.
Warriors up by 4. This is the NLL on BR Live. Inside Rogers Arena, just 2 goals only in the second half. But how about that first half, Brad?
Yeah, some guys putting up big numbers tonight. Keegan Ball, one of his 7 points, is he only knows how to go behind the back right now. Mitch Jones gets an apple on that one. He's working on a 7-point night right now. Career point number 300, just 2 points away. New York had an answer for everything in half number 1. Kelly with a pair of goals and a beautiful outside shooter is number 1 in white in Kelly. It's been close, and right now the biggest lead of the game. Vancouver on top of New York, 10-6.
Riptide on the power play right now. A shot right on. Bold makes a save. This is the 3rd power play of the game for New York. 1 out of 2 so far, and down by 4. This is a big opportunity to get it to within 3. 8 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Here's Digby from the outside. Tries a shot off the chest of Bold, and he finds a loose ball in his crease.
Digby just runs that up the righty side on the power play. A bit of a twister towards the net to try to go upstairs on Bold. And Vancouver short-handed here for a $1.22. We'll try to kill a 30-second shot clock off.
Jones out there, along with Schuss and Ball. All 3 of those players sitting on 2 goals apiece in this game. As the Riptide get the loose ball.
Stay up to date on all the news, announcements, and exclusive prizes with the NLL newsletter. Sign up now at NLL.com.
Under a minute to go on this power play. Lloyd in the box for another 50 seconds, he hopes. Long boat, Kelly to the far side. Back to Kelly, he's got room, he rips one off the post. And now Vancouver the other way. Owen Barker had it knocked out from behind, but he picks it back up. Throws it to an oncoming O'Meara. He'll kill some time as Lloyd has 30 more seconds left to sit.
One of 3 rookies on the Warriors defense. Patrick O'Meara, though not the youngest rookie around, at 29 years old, finally gets into his first NLL game tonight. He's joined by Sam Clare and Derek Lloyd.
Riley Lohan has ball in front, what a pass, and a nice stop by Bouquet to deny Ball the hat trick. Great feed by Lohan, and Keegan Ball so close for that 3rd, and Vancouver's gonna kill the penalty to Lloyd as New York's 1 for 3 on the power play.
As importantly right now, getting that loose ball and killing off the rest of this penalty for the Vancouver Warriors, who have the biggest lead of the night.
And on a 2-goal run, looking to add to it, it's Lohan up top, misses Keegan Ball. It's going to bounce to Jones in front of the center line. Shot clock at 3, and he's just going to throw it down to the corner.
Riley Lohan's done so much work on that lefty side. You want to see the kid repaid with a goal here of his own in this lacrosse game.
Under 6 to go in this quarter. Digby trying to spark this offense. Spin move to the net. Shot hit the post. We got a penalty coming up as Digby lost his helmet. He took a high hit. So Vancouver's going right back to the box, and it's going to be a roughing call to Ian Hawksby, it looks like, as Digby gets up to shake off the cobwebs.
Digby's been going hard to the middle, hard to the rack tonight. But the Warriors, nice slide help
Vancouver
defense.
number 93, a 2-minute minor roughing.
Sam Clare, the rookie, will spend his first time in the penalty box here in his NLL career in his first game. He slides over and runs into a wall of Tyler Digby, gets the hands up a little bit, and will sit for 2, heading New York right back to the man advantage.
For a 4th time, they're on the power play. McArdle, near side, Longboat steps into a shot. Bold is there to make the stop. Loose ball picked up by Vancouver's Justin Salt. He'll lob it to Beers behind his man. It's Beers nearly sprung on a breakaway. Nice job by Chetner to knock it away, and then Beers throws Chetner to the turf and now lost the handle for good this time.
Chetner, who actually has been playing out of the back gate. I'm wondering why he hasn't got so many offensive touches tonight, but he's been playing a lot of D. We've seen him do a little bit of that.
with the Maple Ridge Burrards in the summertime, and now here he is going to get some power play touches. So the Penticton Pistol doing a little bit of everything right now for New York.
Minute 15 to go in this Riptide power play. Here's a shot and a goal by Chetner, right on cue. The former Warrior gets the Riptide on the board in this second half. It's a 3-goal game.
The Penticton Pistol lets it go. The expansion pick from the Vancouver Warriors stings his old club here on the power play. Just makes a nice play on the defensive side of things, and now comes up the floor and stings one top shelf. That'll feel good for Jean-Luc, and it's 10-7. 2 for 4 on the power play after an 0-fer in game 1 for New York.
Tyler Digby will get an assist. Under 5 minutes to go. Power play is now 2 for 4.
50% Woodall and Snyder splitting face-off win so far tonight. That was Woodall's 10th win in 20 tries.
See if that goal gets this offense going here in the second half.
Woodall's been pretty much playing Fogo tonight.
4:30 left in this third quarter. This one still far from over. Kelly throws it towards the middle, knocked away. Ball's on the floor. Lloyd's there. He's got Goodwin at center, hits him with a pass. He's going to be joined by O'Meara. Lloyd stays out there as well as Goodwin. Gets around one man, spins, and he's just going to wait for reinforcements, it looks like. Shot clock already halfway done as Logan Schuss takes the floor. Goodwin's going to remain out there to set some screens, it looks like, as Schuss backs away from a defender, has a man off the bench in Jones. Jones on his offside, trying to get away from a double team, hits the turf, and Paulus grabs a loose ball in the corner for New York. Under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Muir spinning away from Claire, throws it behind the back. Longboat. Bounce pass, hair wire, shot clock at 5, ends up in the far corner. Now up top for Kelly, pass missed him, and this will be a turnover. 3:22 to go. We'll come back and finish off this third quarter. Warriors leading the Riptide 10-7. This is the NLL on BR Live.
The Warriors leading 10-7 over the Riptide here with Connor Kelly. Connor, what's the message from the coach here in the second half?
We just got to be more physical on both ends. They're playing well, but we got to open up our shot lanes. We did that in the first half. We got to start doing that now.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Corey. Kelly, one of the stars tonight. 2 goals, 2 assists, but his team's down by 3. Warriors possession out of the break.
Yeah, 8 shots on goal against Halifax last week. Found the back of the net. He was their expansion pick from the San Diego Seals. The Seals had high hopes for him, but Kelly getting a lot of touches for this New York Riptide and paying off with 2 goals here tonight. It's been one of their star O guys.
Warriors back to work. Logan Schuss in the middle. Little shot goes wide. Rebound off the end wall. Keegan Ball going to save it. Fresh 30 as well for Vancouver. Ball under pressure. Steps away from Fournier. Passes to Schuss. Now McBride with a roller that's blocked. Schuss steps in front of a defender, but we get a whistle. And it's going to be a violation of the shot clock, I think, Brad. They did reset it to 30, but that must have been a mistake. Under 3 to go in this quarter. Riptide looking for their second in a row. McCardle with a bouncer to Digby. Now Longboat trying to get up top. Steps away from Hawksby momentarily. Passes to McCardle. Out of the far corner, 9 on the shot clock. McCardle up top to Digby. He's got room. He shoots. Stopped by Bold. Nice save on one knee, and the veteran netminder will flip it ahead to Barker.
Yeah, calmly stares down Tyler Digby, the big man barreling in on him.
Now off the bench, McBride down low. Mallory's there. Decides to hang on to it. Didn't like what he saw initially. Pass it to Jones. Jones, far side. McBride, near side. Lowen rips it wide of the goal. Loses his footing. Paulus picks up the loose ball for New York.
Skipping the ball across, though. That was the message from Keegan Ball. Skip passes and get inside. The ball's whipping across the offensive zone, and Lowen not a lot to shoot at as Bouquet was hugging that left side pipe. Back to the way we go.
Thorpe, hard pass to Kelly. Kelly off the screen, puts it wide of Bold. Shot clock at 6. Outside shot easily snared by Bold. He'll play it ahead to O'Meara. Just over 90 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Warriors have 2. Riptide have 1 in this third Q. Now Logan Schuss waiting the screen. Gets it from Jones, passes to Mallory. Now to the far wall for Ball. Penalty coming up to New York. Ball, hard feed to Jones. Shot clock at 7. Jones drops it off for Schuss. Lost it, can't get it back. And it's going to be a 30-second violation as Vancouver will be on the power play though.
16, illegal cross-check.
You heard it from the official. Going to the box for a legal cross-check as Anthony Patterson, the New York native, out of Sanborn. Vancouver going to be on their third power play. 2 for 2
New York number
tonight.
16, a 2-minute minor, illegal cross-check.
So 1 minute, 6 seconds left in this quarter. Riptide hoping this penalty carries over to the fourth.
See, as the stick coming up and getting Mallory in the chops. Big mobile defender is Patterson. And that cross-check slips up, nicks Mallory. Into the power play we go.
Jones with a shot, Bouquet to save. Scramble for the rebound. Muir's got it for now. Look at him spin away from the traffic. Muir runs away from Jones. Riptide have 1 shorthanded goal in this game, and now an errant pass too far in front for McRae, but he's able to gather it.
Oh, nice play by McRae and Muir, who does a great job nosing it out. And that's what Reggie Thorpe's teams are going to do. They're going to be hard-working and grizzled.
Nice job by Beers to knock it out of the stick of hair wires. Power play going to jump back out there. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Beers, 3-on-2 fast break. Beers down low in front. McBride has his 4th of the game. The veterans, Beers and McBride, team up for a power play goal. Warriors go back up by 4.
Power play goal, but a transition goal as Beers legs it up, and McBride again. There's those hands, there's those mitts all day long on the doorstep. Fake, 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 and then comes back short side. You know, earlier he was in the same spot. He faked far side, came back short. This time again, it's an extra fake in there, but able to bring it home. McBride's 5th of the season, 4th of the night. That matches Lyle Thompson's season high so far. The only 4-goal men so far this year, Jordan McBride and Lyle Thompson.
Last chance here for New York. Extra attacker hits the floor. 3 seconds for Digby here. He's going to run out of time. Kelly lets one go wide. And all in all, a fantastic quarter lacrosse for Vancouver. They score 3, allow just 1, and they'll take a 4-goal advantage into the final quarter. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more NLL action on BR Live. Well, the Warriors so far so good. After 45 minutes, they lead the Riptide 11-7. Thanks for joining us here on BR Live. I'm Brandon Hassel alongside Brad Challoner and Corey Basso, and lots of big stat lines on both sides of the coin tonight, Brad.
Yeah, Mitch Jones and Keegan Ball putting up some big numbers, both with 2 and 5. Jones 2 points away from his 300th career point. Both these two players, again, 1 point away from tying Robert Church's season high so far this year with 8 points in a single game. Jordan McBride already has a season high this year across the league with 4 goals in this one. The Warriors perfect on the power play, 3 for 3, and a nice 4-goal cushion heading in to the 4th and final frame here from Rogers Arena.
It's first responders night here at the Raj, and how about the firefighters balling out? McBride and Beers having an outstanding games. Beers with 2 points, McBride with 4 goals.
And both firefighters off the floor. Did we see a Tyler Codron goal tonight?
We just may. For now, a shot from the Riptide goes wide, and now Beers running onto a loose ball. He could be after his 2nd of the night. Beers has a man off the bench as well, and Lowen feeds him. Lowen shoots, and he's got his 1st as a Warrior. Riley Lowen, welcome to Vancouver. Great pass, great shot. Warriors have their largest lead of the game.
It was just a matter of time, and leave it to the captain to unselfishly dish this over to Riley Lowen. He's done so much dirty work on that lefty side of the floor and has his 1st goal as a Vancouver Warrior. Keep that rock. Riley Lowen, the Warriors have a 5-goal lead in the fourth quarter.
31 seconds in. Warriors add to their lead. And Riley Lowen with a 5-point game. Goal and 4 assists. Matt Beers has 1 and 2.
Couple transition goals tonight for the Vancouver Warriors. Perfect on the power play. Everything they wanted to work on in the bye week coming to fruition here.
Look at Mitch Jones, some nice footwork. Passes to Lowen, cutting to the middle. Off the end of his stick. Now Lowen in a battle for it. Double teams on him. And the shot clock's going to run out here in 3 seconds, but great effort by Lowen nonetheless. Gets back up, trying to wrestle it back, but it'll be the Riptide heading the other way. Shots 33-30 New York. Bolt's been sharp. Now he may face an opportunity here. Hair wires. Bounce pass. Kelly. Hair wires. Takes a shot. Bolt the save, and he's able to keep it out with his left leg. Fourth shot on Aaron Bold, who sat in the first game. Showing no signs of rust tonight. Logan Schuss. Being watched closely by Bomberry. Schuss in front looking for Jones. It was blocked. Nice defending there by Patterson of New York. Running back the other way. Radzewicz. Member of Team USA at the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships a few months ago.
I think they've got something in Patterson. Bomberry, a first-round draft pick. I think the identity of this New York team is going to come from the back end, especially when Andrew Suter gets back to this lineup. He was an animal in week 2 as Aaron Bold recovers down from his knees. When we got guys like Dan McRae and Rannigan, leaders and veterans on that back end, that's a good place to start to form your identity for a new club.
McCardle to the far side. And now a moving screen coming up here to New York. McBride. 4 goals already with a hard pass, blocked. Riptide got it. Here they come through center. Fournier will pick it up. Right down Main Street, it's Fournier with a shot. Stopped by Bold, and here comes Vancouver with numbers the other way. Snyder with Barker, 2-on-1 fast break. Snyder shoots, that's blocked. Snyder gets it back, flings it into the far corner. Owen Barker's there, stays on his feet as he absorbs the check. And he'll wait for some offensive players out of the front gate. 10 on the shot clock here for the Warriors. Keegan Ball to the far side, Mitch Jones. 4 on the shot clock. The ball, he rears back and blows it off the shoulder of Bouquet, and he's not even going to allow a rebound.
Next Saturday, the NLL Game of the Week moves to Calgary as the defending champions raise their championship banner before taking on Kyle Killen and the Colorado Mammoth. Catch all the action on BR Live, Twitter, and Facebook. That's next Saturday, starting with NLL Game Day Live at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 West Coast.
Aaron Bold with a nice stop on Lomas. Now a long pass the other way for James Ray.
Warriors have next week off, and they're back here for a little Sunday matinee, post-Christmas, pre-New Year's affair. Sunday the 29th, 2 o'clock against San Diego, who are down right now to the Toronto Rock at Pechanga Arena in SoCal.
7 on the shot clock for Mitch Jones, trying to find room around McRae. Jones passes to Lowen, and he's going to run out of time. Drops it in the corner. So a light schedule to open up the season for the Warriors. They played just 3 times from November 29th to December 29th. 3 times again in January, but boy, get ready for February. They play 6 games in that short month. Important to get off to a good start, especially playing your first 3 at home. Little Sunday fun day action on the 29th here at Rogers Arena against San Diego. That's a 1 o'clock local start.
Oh, 1 o'clock. Yeah, so even earlier. A little definite Sunday fun day.
Riptide going to get a week off as well. Their next game's not until Friday the 27th, and their home opener will be a night later.
There's a post from Lowen.
Stays 12-7 as we hit the 5-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Still a shot advantage for New York, 34-32. Chetner hands off to Lomas. Hair Wires has a man off the bench. It's Thorpe right back to Hair Wires. Shot clock down to 10. Lomas Long boat to Digby. 5 to shoot. Digby off the leg of Bold. Lloyd gets a rebound. Bold sets the screen on Digby, frees him up, and Claire will take it across the timeline.
Couple rookies get together on that defensive shift, and Lloyd brings it up in a hurry.
Logan Schuss off the bench in front for Jones, and he rang it off the pipe. Goes over the glass and out of play. It was a story in game 1. Mitch Jones hit 4 posts against Calgary in the first half, and that time hit the crossbar. And when we come back, possession going to stay with Vancouver. Get a look here. Schuss to Jones in front of the crease. Bang. Stays out.
To Rogers Arena, the Warriors leading the Riptide here with Brooker Moyer of the Riptide. Brooker, you guys are keeping it close, keeping it respectable. What do you guys got to do to bring it even closer now? The time's ticking down on you.
We got to shut the door on the back end, and we got to push the ball here in transition for sure. Take everything to the net and take whatever we can get.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Corey. That's Brooker Muir, the product of Welland, Ontario. Who else is from Welland? Well, none other than Biz Nasty.
There's the connection.
Be back in Rogers Arena early in the new year.
Hawaiian night.
Back underway.
Beach party night in February, I believe.
Schuss to Mallory. Down to his left to Keegan Ball. Stuck on 7 points right now is Ball. He's a shot that's blocked. Riptide have done a good job of getting the shooting lanes, and now maybe an opportunity the other way. 2-on-1 fast break. Off the bench, and Kelly puts it wide of Aaron Bold. He was in all alone.
There's a transition that Muir's talking about. Taking a run up the floor, taking everything into the cage right now, down by 5 in the 4th. Go time for New York.
Jordan McBride with a hard pass to the far side for Lowen. Lowen cuts to the middle, trying to drop it down to Jones. He doesn't. Jones hit another post. Deja vu all over again. His last 2 shots have chipped the paint. He's got it again, does Jones. Lowen ready to set a screen if he wants it. Jones passes the ball instead. Ball back to Jones. Lost it, gets it back on the far board. Shot clock down to 10. Behind the net for McBride. McBride in front for Ball. Shot and a stop by Bouquet. Great ball movement by Vancouver. Bouquet comes up big. 8 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Still a 5-goal spread for Vancouver. Shots 35-34 for the Warriors. It's the first time all game they've led in that category. Riptide looking for some momentum here. Digby. Hard pass and a shot and a goal by Lomas. Quick stick on the near side, and the former Warrior beats Aaron Bold to cut it to 4.
2 former Warriors in the back of the net tonight with Chetner and Dan Lomas. This is a nice feed across the zone. Good look here. And Lomas, the long distance quick stick on the feed from Tyler Digby through a couple sticks. Makes it 12-4, 7:38 to go.
So Lomas has a 3-point game, goal, 2 assists. Digby with 1 and 2 as well. Still lots of time, 7:38 to go. We'll see how the Warriors respond. Nice clean face-off win by Snyder.
That's his 11th of 24, so Woodall actually with the advantage there, 13 of 24 in the face-off dot so far tonight.
McBride hits Jones with a feed, working on Fournier. Jones showing off the footwork. He lets one go off the arm of Bouquet. Rebound comes to Mallory, all by himself in front, and he just put it wide. Still looking for his first with the Vancouver Warriors. Nearly had it there.
He's kind of caught from behind by his defender, not able to get a clean look off. As he's the only offensive player for Vancouver who hasn't had a goal yet tonight. Riley Lone gets on the board for the first time.
Lomas to hair wires, near side wall. Keegan Ball caught out there on defense. Now Digby drops it down low. 2 on the shot clock as Lomas throws it away. It'll be Vancouver possession. James Ray loves running the floor. He's got Jones on the far side. Ball behind him. He feeds Keegan with a pass. Warriors had 70 shots in their first game. They have only 36 right now. That 70 shots is the most in Warriors franchise history. Their previous high was 64 last February against San Diego.
Yet they've got 5 more goals, so a little bit more effective tonight. Not so much coming from the perimeter. They've got an inside game. They've got some power play goals, transition goals coming from all over the floor for Vancouver, and that's exactly what you need.
Look at this ball movement. Mitch Jones with a shot in tight. Shutting the door is Bouquet.
Bit of a fadeaway from Jones as he steps back and wings that one towards the net. No, that's not a ponytail for Mitch Jones. A bandana coming out the back of the helmet from Jonesy tonight.
Now maybe trying to change up his luck after hitting a handful of posts a couple weeks ago. Meanwhile, McCardle, long boat to Digby in front. He's got Thorpe ringing off the post. Speaking of the iron.
Might have been Jones's birthday present from someone earlier this week as he turned 28
now
on Thursday.
Now Lowen in front for Schuss by himself. A diving effort denied by Bouquet with a left shoulder.
Schuss had a big first half, couple goals, been quieter in the second half of this lacrosse game as we edge on. Find out who's got gas left in the tank here in this final stretch.
Air wires. Lomas back to hair wires. Outside shot blocked in front. Scramble for it. Hawksby. The veteran able to grab it and feed O'Meara. O'Meara to Caudron. Tyler Caudron to the far side. Jones with a pump fake. Cuts the middle. Shoots one off the arm of Bouquet. Under 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Riptide need goals and fast. Every possession huge for New York. They put 36 shots on Aaron Bold and beaten him 8 times. Kelly, near side corner, Lomas in front, wide open, Digby shoots and scores. Great feed, Lomas finds Digby cutting through the seam, and it's a 3-goal game now with 4:30 to play.
Yeah, defense has to still stay alert, no falling asleep here in the fourth quarter. Good ball movement here by New York, and instead of Digby going to Lomas, this time Lomas is going to Digby as they skip it through the middle of the zone and can't stop a 6'3", 260-pound truck rolling through the middle of the floor. Digby goes quick stick upstairs. It's a 3-goal game with lots of time to go, Brennan.
Digby with his second of the season.
Set.
Off the face-off, a scramble for it. Fournier, or Rannigan rather, is going to pick it up for New York.
14 for 25 now is Woodall.
When do you see Bouquet heading to the bench? Still too much time left?
Yeah, there's a bit of time right now. I think you give it a couple more offensive possessions and start going around a 3-minute mark.
Kelly looking for his third. Step back shot, misses the target. Shot clock down to 9 here for Thorpe from the outside. Easily stopped by Bold with the goal stick.
He's also got a long change to the bench and not the nimblest of tenders.
James Ray setting it up for Mallory out of the front gate.
Coming up on NLL Postgame Live, highlights analysis of tonight's game and a look at scores around the league, all coming up after this one.
Keegan Ball to Mitch Jones. Takes it to the net. Jones with a shot and a score. Great goal. How did that go in? Able to stay out of the crease. Mitch Jones has his hat trick. Big insurance marker for the Warriors.
How about the hang time from Mitch Jones here? Floating through the air. Rolls to the inside, jumps up, comes back short side. Athletic and acrobatic play by Vancouver's Mitch Jones.
1 point away from career point 300. He's sitting on 8 tonight. Keegan Ball will get an assist. He also has 8 points.
299 was the prettiest.
We'll take our last break of the game.
Hey, Beers away, you to the box. You guys go.
And we're going to get some penalties, it looks like. We'll sort it out when we come back.
Nope, nothing.
3:33 to go. Warriors 13, Riptide 9. You're watching the NLL on BR Live.
27 black, 2 minutes, dead ball foul.
Your Geico play of the game only took about 90 seconds to get to this one. Keegan Ball, a beautiful cut through the middle, and an even prettier finish as he goes behind the back, put Vancouver up 1-0. They're up now 13-9 with 3:33 to go. 2 weeks in a row, Keegan Paul's had the Geico play of the game in almost exactly similar fashion. No, this is not a repeat telecast.
Hey, he's making it look easy. Routine, if you will. Riptide possession out of the break. Down by 4.
Dead ball foul penalty to Owen Barker has the Riptide on the man advantage.
This is their 5th power play of the game, 2 out of 4 tonight. Big opportunity here to get it back to 3. Here's a shot by Longboat, and he scores a power play marker. 3:13 to go, and it's a 3-goal game again.
Second of the night for the rookie. He had one earlier, and here comes one on the power play, an outside low shot as everyone gets a little bit of touch of this one. Kelly, and sidearm by Lombo goes low. He was a goal scorer at all levels for Six Nations, Junior B, Junior A, and here he is stuffing them all in the back of the net here in the National Lacrosse League. 3-goal hole, 3:13 to go.
So 3 power play goals for New York this evening. Every possession so critical the rest of the way. Big face off here. And Woodall with a clean win.
This is crunch time here for Woodall to get those wins. That's why you bring in a guy like that. His college numbers were ridiculous. He finished his career with a 74.2 winning percentage in the face-off dot. That is crazy numbers. He's 15 for 25 here tonight.
Warriors get the rebound. Hawksby throws it ahead. James Ray has a man off the bench, and Mitch Jones. This could be career point 300. He's got it! 300. No, they're waving it off. Play goes on. Riptide run it down the floor. Goal light goes off. Spotlights come on, but not so fast, and the Riptide score the other way.
Well,
what just happened?
Now you have to throw the flag.
It was Brooker Muir in transition, ripping it past Bold. And we get a look at the replay. Jones off the bench. The shot, it looked like it hit the net. That's a goal.
Yeah, that's a good challenge here from Chris Gill. If this counts, the Mitch goal stands, and it wipes out the New York Riptide goal. We go back in time a couple seconds.
It wasn't in the net for very long, but you can see it hit the mesh over the left shoulder of Bouquet.
Career point number 300. We'll have to go upstairs for it. Can we listen in on NLL Wired here, please?
Here's a replay, and into the back of the net. Clear as day. So the ref's turned his mic off. No one's even reviewing it yet. They're still talking. It says it plays under review, but no one's at the monitor yet in the penalty box.
Referees having a debate right now as 300 waits in the replay camera as we speak. And we'll see what.
Kurt Malosky won a challenge.
Won 2 challenges in this building last week. And now we're going to take a look as Garrison will head into the timekeeper's box.
This shouldn't take too long.
Again, I think
but what a swing.
Yeah, what a swing. I think they were probably going to challenge this eventually anyways. They just hadn't had time for the replay to go up on the screen until Riptide scored going back up the floor. And then the challenge flag was thrown. On continued play, you've got till the rest of the shot clock to throw that challenge. That's a goal. Mitch Jones is going to have number 300. Vancouver's going to go up here.
So he doesn't step in the crease. Get a look at Mitch.
Trying to hold back a smile there, I think, is Mitch Jones. There he lets it go.
Ref was right there, but like I said, it didn't
even
stay
though
in the back of the net.
Yeah, and even though the net's off the mooring, we play with Payne to the goal line here.
See the referee still on the phone.
We got a shot at Chris Gill. We mentioned in the pregame show his father Sowen passing away last weekend. Chris Gill right behind the bench tonight. No better way to honor Pops than with the W. Someone did so much for lacrosse here in British Columbia and the Lower Mainland.
Looks
at
like
all levels.
Got a decision coming up as he's off the phone. And we'll send it down to Mr. Garrison. He's got to do up the chin strap first.
The play under review was the Vancouver disallowed goal. After review, the ball crosses the goal line prior to the shooter contacting the crease. The call's overturned. Good goal. Add 15 seconds to the game clock.
Number 300 for Mitch Jones. Flying it off the bench. Beats Bouquet. It's overturned.
9th of the night for 28-year-old Mitch Jones. Congratulations, Jonesy. 3 consecutive 30-goal seasons. This will be his 4th goal of the evening, and the Warriors are on top 14-10 with 2:55 to play.
Another face-off won by Woodall. And now a steal from Justin Salt. Nice read just across the center line. So Beers gets another point. What a game for Beers. 4 points.
4 points, 7 loose balls, and 2 caused turnovers. That is a heck of a stat line for Matt Beers, who's been the heart and soul of this lacrosse club the last 2 years.
7 on the shot clock here for Keegan Ball. He's going to take it to the net. Ball diving effort. Can't beat Bouquet. He stepped in the crease. So 2:15 to go. We'll see if Bouquet heads to the bench at all. Warriors back up by 4. Jones' first hat trick of the season. Here's Kelly with a hard pass on the near side. Hairwires put it wide. Longboat picks it up, dumps it back behind the goal. Hairwires trying to dunk it in, and he stepped in the crease. Well, Vancouver will just like to kill 30 seconds off this clock. Shots 42-40 Vancouver. Jordan McBride off the bench for Lowen. Schuss looking for his hat trick. Pass to McBride in front. Has Mallory. Didn't have room towards the goal to shoot. So he backs away as Mike Mallory. Cuts to the middle. And his pass misses Mitch Jones. Riptide pick it up. Minute 20 left to go in this one. And we're going to get a timeout called by Reggie Thorpe.
Why not? Good expansion team looking to build. So time now to draw something up, get the offense crowded around, work on a set play here when you're more for the future than for this game, I think, at this point. But a chance for the boys to get together and build on something for later on this season. A team that was without first overall draft pick Tyson Gibson, the guy who scored their first ever goal last week. Healthy scratch was the word we got before the game, but I think it's a not so healthy scratch. Banged up a little bit, but it wasn't banged up enough to get moved to the IR earlier this week. No Andrew Suter, who's left a big hole on the back end for the Riptide tonight.
So the goaltender's pulled, extra attacker is out for the Riptide. Minute 16 to go. Riptide need a goal on this possession. Kelly, Longboat, McCardle up top, and there goes Bouquet back to his net. Now a shot by Lomas goes wide. It'll ricochet in front of the Riptide bench. Longboat scoops it up.
They're trying to slip Digby into the middle. He's telling Bouquet to come back and go to the bench again.
Yeah, they got a fresh 30. Here is Digby. Making the feed, Hairwires. Shot by McCardle, denied by Bold. They'll chop it off for Hawksby. 40 seconds ago, Warriors can kick it into cruise control. Up by 4. Matt Beers has been on 4 out of the 14 goals as Keegan Ball cuts his way to net. He shoots one off the post. And the Riptide hustle back the other way. It's Muir cutting to the middle, shoots one off the leg of Aaron Bold. McBride gets a rebound. And we got a penalty coming up away from the play. It's going to go to Vancouver. Check the call.
Vancouver has a foul, 2-minute minor, illegal substitution, results in a penalty shot.
There you go. Don't see this too often, but...
Yeah, legal substitution in the final 2 minutes of a game is going to result in the penalty shot for the New York Riptide. They're going to give it to one of the locals, New Westminster native Tyler Digby. Drafted by Vancouver in 2013. Stop in New England before landing.
And here he comes, looking for the hat trick on the penalty shot. Tyler Digby shoots, and he put it wide. Stays 14-10, only 22 seconds to go. Chris Gill liking what he sees there.
One more possession to run out the clock for the Vancouver Warriors, as they'll look to improve to one-on-one on the season.
Bolt got a piece of it with his right shoulder, I think. What a game from Aaron Bolt. 44 shots faced. He's only allowed 10.
San Diego down 13-6 to Toronto. The final stage is that game down the I-5 in SD.
Woodall against Snyder. And the veteran Snyder flings it back into his own end, but Digby's there to pick it up. Throws it in front for Lomas, but he fanned on his shot. And the Warriors can kill the remaining 10 seconds in this game. Snyder takes it across center. Fans on their feet. The Vancouver Warriors going to pick up their first win of the season. A convincing 14-10 win. They scored early. They scored often. Got some great goaltending from Aaron Bowles. They'll have a week off before getting back to it later on this month, on the 29th against San Diego, as they pull off the bench. Congratulate Aaron Bold.
Bold proving why he got the nod from head coach Chris Gill early in the season. Let's see what you got in a sort of a 1A, 1B combo with Eric Penny. And Aaron Bold stood tall tonight for the Vancouver Warriors. The defense got in lanes. They're playing with heavy hearts for Sohan Gill, blocking shots, knocking down passes. The offensive superstars came to work. Good motion tonight. Good guys getting inside on the doorstep, power play opportunities, and I mentioned earlier, kind of everything they wanted to work on in the bye week coming to fruition in a pretty well executed game here by the Vancouver Warriors. And hats off to that man right there, Mitch Jones, with a 9-point night to come into this game with 291 career points and leave with 300, and still not enough for first stars. The nod goes to Matt Beers, who absolutely embodied being a Vancouver Warrior tonight. 4 points, Brandon, 7 loosies, couple caused turnovers, heart and soul. Corey Basso is going to chat with him in a couple minutes.
The final score, Vancouver 14, Riptide 10. We're coming back with much more from Rogers Arena. It's the NLL on BR Live.
Welcome back to Rogers Arena. The Vancouver Warriors victorious over the New York Riptide, here with Captain Matt Beers, the player of the game. Matt, obviously you got to be stoked. A hard-fought victory against a very tough Riptide squad.
Yeah, they were a good squad. They were coming off a loss as well. They had a lot to prove, as did we, and it was a pretty emotional one. Obviously, Nick Billick is a huge character guy in our room. We lost him last game. You know, the loss of the coach's dad, so on. I mean, there was a lot of emotions. We were flying high, and I'm really proud of the guys for stepping up.
You eclipsed 100 career points tonight. 1 goal, 3 caused turnovers, 7 loosies. You have to be happy with your performance as well.
Yeah, I know individually I think it was a good game. I'm more ecstatic about the win. That's what we came out here to do. So personal stats aside, I'm just really happy we got that first win at home.
You managed to get over 100 points on Matt Beers' bobblehead night. That's kind of special.
Yeah, no, it was a fun night. Obviously, you know, my family's in attendance, and it was a special one being a first responder game. So a lot of brothers and sisters in the crowd, and I'm really, like I said, very proud of the guys. We stepped up, and we needed that.
Another landmark performance from Mitch Jones as well. He eclipsed 300 points. Talk about what he meant to you guys today. I believe it was 9 goals or 9 points at least on the day.
Yeah, Mitch is a warrior. He's obviously got great sense for the net, and you know, if he's not in on the scoring, he's you know, he's creating something out there every time he touches the ball. So obviously proud of him to hit 300, and there's a lot more to come from him.
What positives, or what I should say is, what can you work on for next game?
Oh, there's a lot we can work on. I feel like we gave him a few goals just late in the 30 and a few plays around the net that we got to clean up. And you know, Aaron's first game, he played awesome back there, and we got to support him around the net on those loose balls. So clean that up next game.
Congratulations on the win, sir.
Thanks a lot.
And we'll throw it back to you guys.
Thank you, Corey. Yeah, what a game. The heart and soul of Vancouver Warriors stepped up big time on First Responders Night. 1 goal, 3 assists. I mean, put that on the highlight reel for the rest of his life.
Yeah, you know what? Since game 1 of Vancouver Warriors' lifespan a year ago, scoring that overtime game winner against the Calgary Roughnecks to open the Warriors' career two years ago now. And ever since then, Matt Warriors has embodied that C and been everything that this team wants to be about. Put this team on his back tonight, a phenomenal performance. You know, this guy's a world champion with Team Canada now. He's won a ring in this National Lacrosse League, and he's in the veteran stages of his career, and he's playing his absolutely best lacrosse. Corey mentioned that 6 stat line that he had: 3 caused turnovers, 7 loosies, a goal and a couple of assists, some big hits in Big Beers fashion. And as he goes, the Warriors go. He talked about the emotion there with Bielich being out of this one and probably for the rest of the season. No Chris O'Doherty tonight, so they needed some more grit. Beers is going to provide that for you every night.
So we showed you the goal of the game, which was by Keegan Ball early in the first quarter. How about the save of the game?
Geico save of the game comes from Aaron Bold on this Kelly shot who dove on the doorstep. Aaron Bold had a pretty great night tonight, but none save better than that one as Kelly crashed in on the doorstep, and Aaron Bold makes good and proves that Chris Gill knew what he was doing, starting Aaron Bold tonight. You know, a lot of people were turning their head when Eric Penny got the nod in game 1 and said, okay, is this the anointment of a new number 1? But no, not necessarily. He's going to let these guys play it out here early stages of this season. And Aaron Bold's got a win now, and now I think there's a lot of big question marks. Who's going to start in a couple weeks when San Diego rolls into town?
It was a big stat night for a lot of players this evening as we take a look at the game summary. Mitch Jones, 9 points tonight, 300 in his career. Keegan Ball right behind him with 8, and on the other side, Kelly and Lomas were the standouts.
Yeah, Mitch Jones, that's a league watermark now. That's the highest any player's gotten through 3 weeks of the regular season. That's 9 points tonight. 4 goals for Mitch Jones, 4 goals for Jordan McBride as they match Lyle Thompson for a season high in the National Lacrosse League right now. Connor Kelly has a big night, the biggest night of his NLL career, 2 goals and 4 assists. And Dan Lomas, the former Vancouver Warrior, a goal and a helper. Tyler Digby, another guy who had a pretty good night for the New York Riptide. He's been their offensive quarterback. He's been their best player the last 2 games, and the ball's been going through Digby, and he had a couple games as well.
And let's take a look. Lots of highlights in tonight's game. And it started early and often for the Vancouver Warriors, and very physical. Number 2 in black. He was a menace. Saw the hits, 4 points. And here's a goal. Why not score on your old bobblehead night?
Yeah, and the assist, too, that he got on the Riley Lowen goal. Again, Beers is running the floor really well in transition tonight. He got a 2-on-1 with Riley Lowen. Opted to dish the ball and help his former teammate, or his new teammate, I should say, rather, get his first NLL goal as a Vancouver Warrior. So that was something special to see. Jordan McBride had 4 tonight. All different kinds of goals from Jordan McBride. Outside, inside, airborne, whatever. The bag of tricks is pretty impressive from Jordan McBride.
And with time winding down, Jones stuck at 8 points, looking for career goal number 300. And it wasn't easy, but at the end of the day, they made the right call.
Yeah, they really did. As this one went back, Chris Gill threw the challenge flag, and clearly a goal as this one was career point number 300 for Mitch Jones. His 9th and final point of the night. A monster game. We talked about him being a go-to guy in the pregame show. As Mitch Jones goes, so does this Vancouver Warriors offense. And when he's going to put up 9, that means other guys are getting assists to him and getting passes across the floor to help him get those 4 goals. So if Mitch Jones puts up 9, that means everybody's contributing, and that's good for the Warriors to kind of get everybody on the stat sheet tonight and get this season rolling.
Final thoughts. Vancouver gets a week off. They're going to enjoy the win. They're right back at it on the 29th here on a Sunday against San Diego.
Yeah, a lot to build off of this one. You know, Beers mentioned there's a couple things to clean up on the back end. A lot of the goals that they did give up were just lapse of judgment goals or New York capitalizing on Vancouver errors. If they can clean some of those up, those goals don't happen, and this game is even more than a 4-goal deficit. So it's a couple of things to clean up there, but they got to be happy with Bobby Snyder, you know, battling with Woodall, who's a face-off phenom in the field game, who had a pretty good night here tonight. They've got to be happy with their offense by committee. Their power play was nearly perfect, if not perfect tonight. Offense was getting inside. They were getting some good looks. The motion was well, and then offense earlier, too. getting in lanes. Patrick O'Meara blocking a lot of shots tonight. Owen Barker, too, a big game on that back end. So guys were blocking a lot of shots that were on their way through to Aaron Bold. And a lot to build off heading into a couple weeks from now against San Diego.
Well, it was a fun game from start to finish. The Warriors doubled their goal total from a few weeks ago in the season opening loss to Calgary. They're on the board now with a 1-1 record. It was a special night, superhero night, first responder night, and their best players were exactly that here at Rogers Arena. We'll see you a few weeks from now on a Sunday when the Warriors host those San Diego Seals, 1 o'clock start. For Corey Basso, Brad Challoner, I am Brandon Astle. Thanks for tuning in on BR Live.
You have been watching a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.